Hello everyone, Sadly here and welcome back to another episode of Bug Rock of the Week. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 18 worst bugs in 1.18 and hopefully these things will be fixed before the update fully releases. There is a lot of bugs that break basic gameplay features, a lot of very annoying bugs that affect survival and various gameplay elements, and overall these are some of the worst things that are currently in the 1.18 betas. If any or all of these were fixed, it would be a great step in the right direction for a very smooth 1.18 release. The first bug for today is a really cool looking one where you can get these massive dripstone pillars sticking up out of the ground. These things are fairly rare, but they do generate above the actual large dripstone caves. So if we dig a hole going down, you'll see that we have a massive, huge dripstone cave full of just tons of these huge pillars. And this isn't it either, like there's an entire area over here, and this actually goes all the way down to the bottom of the world. So if this bug is not fixed, you can use these kind of like a waypoint to find yourself these huge dripstone caves and just get absolutely tons of these blocks. And every single one of these large dripstone caves that I've seen usually leads into a large cavern as well. So this could be a very good way for you to find some awesome caverns and some awesome cave systems if the bug is not fixed. It is worth noting that these things are not actually connected by anything, and as you can see, it's actually being halfway supported by a piece of grass. But yeah, there's nothing underneath of these, so you're not going to have like a full pillar going all the way down, but these do generate above those large dripstone caves, so keep your eyes out for these. This is a bug from 1.17, however, a lot of people are experiencing issues with mob spawners. For some reason, these things just are not spawning mobs on a bunch of different servers and realms, and I believe even single player as well, and it's really just a weird thing. You would think that mob spawners are pretty simple and they wouldn't really break. However, it'd be really nice if this bug was fixed in 1.18, that way we can actually utilize these things, and especially because mob spawners are way more frequent below Y0, so we're going to be finding a lot more double and triple spawners and wanting to set up really cool farms with those, and it would be nice if these mob spawners actually worked properly. We have a recurring bug with experience and the XP bar that makes mending tools and armors take way longer, so as you can see we have a damaged diamond pickaxe here with mending on it. If we give ourselves some experience, you'll see that that experience is getting split between the diamond pickaxe and the XP bar. What should happen is the tool that we're holding gets fully mended, and any armor that we're wearing also gets fully mended before any experience ever goes to the XP bar. Because of this bug, it takes way longer for things to get repaired, and of course we have the issue with projectiles that makes it so that they can kill hopper minecarts that are in the block underneath them. So this is a pretty easy thing to demonstrate. We simply get ourselves a hopper minecart into a block using some rails. We can toss an arrow onto this block and then push that with a piston, and as you can see, the hopper minecart is now gone. Of course, the main thing that this affects is Trident Killers, so as you can see, they also get deleted by the Trident there. Now, granted, this isn't really a terribly awful thing to work around. We literally just need to lower the minecart by a block and put it on a rail, and then any items from your Trident Killer will get collected just fine. However, it's still a bug and it should be fixed so that we can have some nicer and more compact builds. We also have another bug that I'm not sure if anyone else has noticed, but there is like literally no islands in the world. This is an absolutely huge ocean, and typically there would be dozens of islands sprinkled around here. Now, if we turn up our render distance, you can see that this ocean is actually truly massive, and there really isn't any islands anywhere. In fact, you can see that there is a little mushroom biome behind us, but there's no land on it at all, and that is not an outlier. I've seen that several times. There is one island over there, but it's literally just like a singular block, and typically this entire area would have some big islands in it. You can see we got a couple over there, but like there should be way more. I'd also like to mention just like the sheer scale of this ocean. This is truly massive. It's gotta be at least like 3,000 blocks. I'm currently on 96 chunk render distance and I still can't see the far edges of it, and there's only about 6 little islands. Most of them are absolutely tiny. That's the only actually sizable one. We're going to be getting supremely lost in these huge oceans if they stay this size, especially with no islands. Like, if you're down in these oceans with a lower render distance, less than like 90 chunks, there's going to be absolutely no point of reference. And if you don't have coordinates on, you're going to get so lost. It's kind of going to be interesting, I think. Get lost at sea in Minecraft for like a year and still be in the middle of a huge ocean. There's also a pretty big realms bug that prevents you from downloading your worlds if they are over a certain size. This doesn't apply to Windows 10 as far as I'm aware. However, if you go into your realm settings and then you try to download a backup of it, you might not be able to because it tells you that your device is out of storage. Even if you have hundreds of gigabytes or even terabytes of free space on your device, you will still get this bug, and it's been plaguing realm owners for quite a while. What this means is that you essentially have to keep paying for the realm month after month, even if you don't want to, because there's no way for you to download your world. If I was on an Xbox and I tried to download this world, it would give me an error. So you have to be very careful with this, and this bug is especially relevant for 1.18 because your world size is going to be increasing a lot more due to the lower world generation and the higher world generation as well. So this is really a crucial bug, and it truly does need to be fixed immediately. A smaller bug that's going to be annoying to a lot of creative players is whenever you are using an Elytra and you try to double tap to leave fly mode, you're going to automatically go into Elytra Fly mode, which is going to be rather inconvenient in a lot of places. What should happen is when you double tap, you simply stop a creative flying, so you just fall straight down, and then of course you would have the option to tap again and activate your Elytra that way. There's a smaller bug with Snowgolems where they don't place any snow at Y level 5 or below. So if we summon in one right here, as you can see, it's not going to summon in any snow below it, but if we summon in a snow golem even a block higher, then it'll put these snow layers below it like it should. I've mentioned this in the previous bug rock as well, but slimes will no longer attack snow golems, and there's now a bug report for this. There's no real reason for this to exist, and it would be very nice if this change was reverted. That way we could continue to use snow golems in our slime farms. As you can see, the snow golems are more than happy to attack the slimes, and there's no reason why the slimes shouldn't also attack these snow golems. It's a really fun mechanic and allows for a lot more ingenuity when it comes to farm creation. We also now have a bug report for Magma Cubes not being able to damage iron golems. As you can see, no matter how much they are swarmed, they will not take any damage at all. And I really mean no matter how much they are swarmed. This dude is a one-man army and he's gonna make Magma Cubes extinct, I swear. There's a small issue with the Vignette. That is the dark area that appears around the screen when you are in dark areas or just underground. So as you can see right now, it's not really that big of a deal. It's just kind of faintly around the edges of the screen. If I turn off the HUD, then you'll notice that like no Vignette, mild Vignette, and then if we go down a layer, you'll see that it is Supreme Vignette, and this appears very suddenly right when you get down to Y layer -11, and it is just kind of jarring. So if they can make this transition a little bit smoother, that would make the gameplay just all that much more immersive. You'll also notice that the coordinates in the upper left render behind the Vignette, so if we go down a layer, then those numbers get darker, and that just makes them harder to read, and it makes it harder to tell where exactly you are at. A small bug that I've noticed is that in all of the lush cave biomes, you will get the too tall grass, which is this one right here, but it's going to be cut in half, so you only get the bottom of it. As you can see, if we update this block, it's actually going to pop off, and if we pick block it, it is indeed actually the too tall grass. So when you place of this, it'll be 2 blocks tall, but when placed by a world generation in a lush cave, it's only a single, which is slightly weird, not that big of a deal, but it is going to be kind of freaky if you're exploring the area and all of a sudden you hear things breaking from the random ticks and making these things pop off. My lush cave is on fire. Whoever planted this cave did not know about fire. There appears to also be a problem with command blocks where if they are on a repeat function like this one, they will eventually break over time if they have a very large delay in it. So over 30 or so ticks in delay might break the command block over time so that it just stops functioning. This might be somewhat related to the spawner bug that we talked about earlier where they would break. and I'm not exactly sure if there is a fix for this. There isn't really that much details regarding this bug, but keep your eyes peeled for this one. If you are on a realm or a server and you got some command blocks, you might want to double check them every now and again and make sure they are still working properly. Of course, there's also the issues with Ravagers. These guys completely fight water nowadays, and they basically never fall into a 2x2 hole. This is a really annoying bug for anyone with a raid farm, as it might break your design depending on what you have built. And furthermore, if you have any of my raid farms, there's an update to the version 5 that actually fixes this problem for the most part, killing them in lava, and version 6 completely avoids this problem entirely and kills them with lava before they even need to fall down anything. So if you have my raid farms and you're experiencing this issue, links are in the description for how to fix it. There's also an issue with villagers where these guys are getting out of boats, specifically when they have like slabs in their head or when you travel far away from them. Anyway, I don't really know how to reproduce this one or many details about it, but I do know that a lot of you guys have been experiencing this one, so if you know anything about how to make this happen reliably, put some information in the bug report in the description below. Another realms issue is the fact that a lot of you guys cannot name anything in anvils. For some reason, there is a bug that just prevents these things from working properly on realms. I haven't had this issue in solo or on servers, but it is a pretty big deal because you can't make name tags or name any of your mobs or rename your tools. Naming items is actually a pretty important thing, so it would be great if they would fix this bug in 1.18. A related issue to anvils is the fact that sometimes when you're writing text on a sign and you are on a realm, all of that text will get deleted for no real reason. So you might be typing out a full sign, then you come back later and all that text is gone, and that has gotta be infuriating. So that's another bug that should really get fixed rather soon. And of course, we need to save the worst for last, because I'm pretty sure we've all experienced this at some point or another by now, and that is pretty much any entity in the game can randomly despawn for no apparent reason. Whether it be your villagers, your pets, or mobs that you have trapped, these guys have been disappearing like it's going out of style. And honestly, it's just rather ridiculous. I mean, you can turn around and start doing something productive with your life, and then you come back and bam, there's just no more mob. It's honestly ridiculous. It's not like they're falling off a cliff or anything. It's just they're gone, they're disappeared, and they're deleted forever. So this is honestly one of the most major bugs in 1.17, and it seriously needs to be fixed. If you found any additional bugs in 1.18 or in the 1.18 betas, then of course let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to make another episode on 1.18 bugs, because us reporting bugs and giving information to the bug tracker is one of the best ways to make sure that the new updates are as best as they possibly can be. The developers always need our help when it comes to finding bugs and reporting them with accurate information, so let me know if you found anything, and I might include it in a future episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, then of course consider leaving a like, as it helps out the video and the channel an absolute ton. If you're new here, then maybe subscribe so that you don't miss future ones, and otherwise I'll see you guys down in the comment section and in the next one. Thank you so very much for watching, and then there was silence.